Hello and welcome to My Soup is Too Damp.
My Soup's Too Damp.
It's a comedy podcast where we discuss anecdotes and stories about working in hospitality sent in from listeners. Things like a nightmare customer or a really embarrassing situation or just something bizarre and unexpected. So each episode, one of us reads out a chosen anecdote which the others haven't heard before and we discuss it. I say discuss it.
Talk nonsense.
It's likely to be incoherent. With me, we have Alex Perry.
Hello.
And Gary Smith.
Hello.
And I'm Stephen Smith. Hello. We've all worked in the hospitality industry for many years, so we'll also share our experiences, won't we?
Hell yeah.
This is a sort of antidote to TripAdvisor, which it seems has empowered the customer. Not a bad thing in itself, but it has gone to some people's head a bit.
Keyboard warriors.
There's tons of absolutely delightful customers, I'm sure.
No, 80% of customers are fine.
I'm sure they are.
No.
But let's be frank, some are just assholes.
All of them. Every single one.
It's fair to say that people who work in hospitality have to deal with a fair bit of shit with a smile on their face, which can be very frustrating. And sometimes you just got to vent.
We're here to give the people that work in hospitality a voice.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're taking it back.
Viva la revolution.
Viva la resistance.
Yeah, do that right here. So send us an anecdote. You can do it anonymously, and we'll take your shit times and extract some joy from it.
Yeah,
It'd be
joy.
cathartic, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So, with our first anecdote, here's episode 1 of My Soup is Too Damp.
My soup's too damp.
We've got something written in from Chris.
Oh, no
A guy
way.
called
No
Chris,
Chris,
who we
okay.
don't know. We actually genuinely don't know.
No.
But he's been.
Sounds like we
very
do
good.
know him. Now we've said we generally don't, but
No.
no.
So this is from Chris. He's
I know, you've already fucking said.
Okay, so I'll read out what he's got. This is about a couple who came for the weekend to engage in a sexathon.
Nice.
Wow.
So it's just opened straight up with that.
A sexy thong.
Maybe.
Like a marathon,
But a sex space.
Hang on,
You have to have
like
sex
the
for
London
20.
miles and miles of sex.
Yeah.
So there's loads of people involved.
26
because it's
miles.
a marathon.
Yeah, just dressed in pandas
And do you do it for charity?
outfits and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, you need to be sponsored. Lots of water.
Lots
There's
of water.
stations of water supplied.
Yeah.
Because you can get quite dehydrated.
Yeah, I never even realised this existed. That's very interesting.
So what's his deal?
It's all in this guy's B&B.
Okay, wow.
Let's go.
Busy.
The two of them, so this couple, came for the weekend for a sexathon.
Sure.
The two of them turned up separately. She was from Richmond in Surrey, and the guy had flown in from somewhere in Scandinavia, which was one of the first warning signs.
Because Scandinavians, sex craze,
Well, they love sex.
marathon runners.
I'm Scandinavian. I love sex.
I love marathons.
I will travel
For sex. Like
Maybe
really
he
far.
across the world.
Maybe you run.
I think is it the distance thing? If two people meet up and go to a bed and breakfast from across the other side of the world,
Is that what makes
are
it
they
a
gonna
marathon?
they're gonna have sex? That's what they're assuming.
Not
Oh, I
necessarily. Not if it was like your long lost cousin or something.
Well, let's see what the second sign. The second sign was that they each turned up with only a plastic bag for luggage.
Ooh.
Hang on. An empty plastic bag?
Not an empty one, surely.
A rucksack with plastic bags inside it.
Wow.
No, that's probably not true,
Like a bag
right?
for life, or like proper plastic bags, like the bad ones, the ones that kill the birds in the sea.
The birds in the sea.
Yep.
Okay.
That's what's happening now, isn't it? All the plastic birds are in the sea. And
Plastic
the birds die.
bags don't kill birds in the air. Most birds will die on the ground.
Eventually.
Covered in plastic bags.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The second sign, right, was that they each turned up with only a plastic bag for luggage. So each one of them, maybe they had, I think
Like
they had
some
luggage
socks
inside the plastic
And
bag.
some shower gel and whatever. Okay, yeah.
They arrived in the afternoon and went straight to their bedroom, saying they would be down in 1 hour.
1 hour. Go. Time starts then for the marathon, does it?
They emerged at 10 p.m, so that's a lot later.
That's a lot later.
Asking where they could go and get something to eat. They need to get their energy
Well,
back
of course,
up.
because you're only a bed and breakfast, are you? It's not bed and dinner.
Oh, yeah.
So
exactly.
they're like, where
That's
do we go for dinner? Because you guys can't cook us dinner.
B&D and B.
Yeah, exactly. It is just B&B.
D&B.
And L, if you did
S&M.
lunch. Yeah.
So yeah, they emerged at 10 p.m, asking where they could go and get something to eat.
Sure.
They came back about an hour later with a 7-Eleven bag full of food. So maybe that's why they had the bags.
Oh, what?
They were just empty and they
just
filled it up
empty,
with
filled
food.
it up with takeaway
Caring
food
about the
to
environment.
go back to
The room with
the
the food.
room with the food.
Are they incorporating that?
I don't
Doing
know.
something lewd with the food
Getting rude with the food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
in the nude.
So yeah, they came back about an hour later with a 7-Eleven bag full of food. They were not seen again until breakfast the next morning. They came down 1 minute before 10 a.m, just as breakfast was coming to an end.
Oh, you
Bastards.
idiots! I hate that.
Too busy,
No,
fucking.
we're done. We're done. Yeah.
In nothing but their dressing gowns.
Oh, nice,
Ooh.
classy.
So they obviously felt that they were comfortable enough and fine with the
They
fact
were
that
just
they could.
horny enough
Yeah.
to not. They ain't got time to get
I mean,
dressed
if you're doing
for
a
breakfast.
marathon, then yeah, you haven't got time to do get
It's
changed.
like 2 minutes before breakfast was finished. And we're like, we need to get breakfast.
Yeah.
We've got no time to put clothes on.
Uh-huh.
Let's go down there.
Okay.
They were loud, crass, and all over each other. Thankfully, all the other guests had left the breakfast area where they would.
Okay. Yeah.
It was just so OTT and embarrassing. It was as if we did not exist with the way they were behaving towards each other at breakfast.
Wow.
He personally felt,
Yeah.
He felt
it's like-
attacked, didn't he?
why are they not
Personally attacked.
all over me?
Well, this is it, Maybe he likes to be included. I think he might have a history of that.
Maybe. We have no idea.
We have not a clue.
No. Sounds like we know the guy.
Yeah, I know, right?
We don't. We
No.
like it's 100% true.
Good old
But we
Chris.
don't know Chris.
Classic Chris.
Okay, so they come down for a really, really late breakfast. So they're all packing up for breakfast. These guys come down, and then not only are they really late for breakfast, but they're in their dressing gowns, presumably naked underneath, doing rude stuff over some toast and jam.
Yeah.
And some probably, those
Some
mini
eggs.
packets of Weetabix or whatever.
2 eggs, a sausage. Oh, that'll do. Just
That'll
a
do.
light breakfast.
Just a light breakfast, yeah.
Yes. So they just going at it.
Wow.
I mean,
Like-
people do that though, don't they, in public spaces?
I have definitely had an experience of working a wedding where it was the wedding was sort of coming to an end, people were partying, a lot of people were drunk. I think the bride and groom had left, but there were still people partying downstairs in the main hall. I think I went up to the terraced area just to sort of make sure that all was cool up there, and there was a man and a woman having sex
Full on.
Full penetration.
full penetration, penetrative sex. They were going at it, and I walked past them, and you'd think that maybe in that situation they would have thought that it was very private for
They
them.
stopped.
No, they didn't. They carried on. Like, they didn't even look at me. So I walked up.
I wouldn't want him to.
No, sure. I mean,
you
I
don't want to
make
carry
eye
on and just
contact,
turning and
but
looking.
I put my hand up to my face and walked outdoors and stood there and literally didn't know what to do because they weren't
Couldn't
stopping.
go back in.
Well, no, I felt very uncomfortable, but I had
Can't
to go
walk
back
past
in.
him twice.
So I I went. Well, I had to because there was no other way. So I had to go. I had to go back. I knew I had to go back past them again, feeling very, very uncomfortable, and also sort of wanted to go up to them and go, "What are you doing? You know,
Yeah, what are you doing?
What are you doing? You can't just shag here. That's not fine."
People will be all right with it. People, they don't mind.
Nah. Anyway,
all
so
shag.
I go past. I walk back past them, and they are still. She's like pulled up to the edge of the sofa, and he's in her, and it's weird, and I feel uncomfortable. So luckily enough, we
Full
had
penetration.
full penetration. I actually went downstairs. We were actually quite lucky that we had security. So I went downstairs and I said to our member of security, there are some people having some full blown serious sex upstairs.
Serious,
and,
very serious.
I really don't think it should be happening in this establishment. So he went upstairs and sort of quite. Not really very embarrassed, sort of quite unfazed by the whole thing.
Yeah.
I think he's had to deal with this situation before.
Yes, no, every
No,
night.
he just went up to me and went, "Come on, guys, I think it's time to go home." I think it's
Hurry it along.
Hurry it along, come on. Anyway,
Finish it up.
They both came down the stairs and all the staff were just staring at them, but they just absolutely weren't fazed. They were like, it was absolutely fine for us to do that and we're going to go home and continue what we were doing.
No, I remember working that night. I saw when it was the bloke came down the stairs, didn't give a slightest fuck.
No,
no care in the
nothing.
world.
Not one.
woman-
No, he's feeling pretty good at that point. He was
But the
all sort
woman's
of
all
relaxed.
dishevelled and
I'm pretty sure she
fucking-
was drunk beyond words. I think is probably quite a good
But
description
not beyond
of her.
actions.
But not beyond. Well, I don't know, man. Maybe she didn't know what she was doing.
No, it's taking a
no.
horrible
It's got
turn.
really
Well,
dark.
That's why you got to stop that shit.
Yeah. But yeah. Anyway, it was weird. But they really weren't bothered about doing that in a public place.
Well, this is Chris End anyway. What happens with this couple at breakfast?
So so it was so over the top and embarrassing. It was as if we did not exist with the way they were behaving towards each other at breakfast. This clearly was a hot sex weekend. There's a space between the week and the end.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was at least hot.
Yeah.
As established.
Yes.
But yeah, I bet that's constant. That's constant in B&Bs and hotels and stuff. Clearly, people coming in with people that
You can overspill from the room.
yeah. But like, it's people coming in
Down
who
the
aren't
corridors and then rolling down the stairs.
into the
Into the
kitchen,
reception kitchen. Out into a taxi.
and then off they go
And off they go.
into
Yeah.
the airport.
Off to get married. Married, roll down the aisle.
They lived happily ever after.
But hang on, wait. So, but this is a marathon. So maybe if it's a marathon, maybe they couldn't stop. Maybe they had to carry it on,
exactly.
otherwise they'd lose the race.
All it is just you have such a small amount of time, don't you?
What, in a
She's
B&B?
travelled all the way there. She's travelled all the way there.
Also, checkout's probably 11. Do you know what I mean?
No, I 100% there were late checkouts.
Do you reckon they were late checkout?
Late checkout, 100%, definitely. They always are.
It's a marathon.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So they disappeared after a quick breakfast for second leg of their marathon.
Nice.
So we're halfway through.
Oh wow. Okay.
They didn't emerge until about 3 p.m. Even though we cleaned the rooms between 11 and 2.
God, how frustrating. That is annoying when you need to get those rooms cleaned.
I mean, yeah. I think he's a bit bitter about the fact they're having a really good time.
It sounds like
I think
it.
that's fair.
Yeah.
He's like, you're breaking the rules, and I'm not involved.
And you're having fun.
My mum decided it would be better if we could clean up the room just in case of any eventualities. That's a
Wow.
odd way to put it.
Yeah.
When my mother went into the room, she let out a scream, yelling that it looked as though a pig had been slaughtered in the bed.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
What's that mean?
I know what that means.
It's actual blood.
Go on.
Blood
What
on the
happened?
bed.
What's going on? I'm hooked.
Well, we ripped off all the bedding as it had been destroyed.
Wow.
Found old bedding to put on the beds, as well as waterproof mattress protector.
Nice.
Well, he's thinking about it.
He is thinking about it, yeah.
Very professional, this guy.
No, 100%.
At least the bedding was clean, and we made a mental note to dump that bedding as well. So, got rid of it all.
I mean, did they not check whether they'd sort of, during their marathon at some point, they'd murdered somebody? I think I'd be like, there's a lot of blood here, and
But again, there's no shame in that because, well, there is.
What,
but
murdering?
No, I mean, like, leaving a room in a state like that, especially in such a graphic way, people don't give a shit because it's somebody else's paid to deal with it.
Yeah, no,
it
for sure.
It really does not matter. And also,
But what is it? What is it?
You know what is
Some sort of liquid.
It's 100%.
Oh my god, they were having like sex as vampires and they had fake vampire blood.
not my first port of call,
It was
but
like,
it's
maybe
an
it was
option.
Halloween. Maybe it was Halloween and the blood
Hit an
spill.
artery.
Yeah.
Maybe there's Twilight
And
fan.
Oh, not
Maybe-
real vampires. You're saying that
They're not real
fake blood.
vampires.
Fake
Are they
sexy vampire fucking.
Yeah, maybe that's their theme. Maybe that's their marathon theme.
So I'm a bit confused by the blood. A
Okay.
little bit. I don't want to go any further. On checkout day, we went and knocked on the door at 11 a.m. to remind them the checkout time. Which
Yeah.
was probably 11
It
a.m.
was 11
Get
a.m.
the
man.
fuck
We
out.
knew it. We knew they'd
You
be
sex
late.
pests.
Yeah.
The lady flew into a rage saying she had requested a late checkout. So there you go. Yeah. And in brackets, untrue.
Yeah,
So
see?
So she
Mate,
didn't.
that is a classic.
But even we predicted though, she wasn't even a late checkout, clearly.
Of course they are.
For a marathon sexathon weekend,
Dressed as vampires.
the rest of vampires, yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. You're up all night.
You're up all night being vampires. That's why they're not getting up, because vampires sleep during the day.
And have sex
During
the
All
night?
the other times.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
They are actually. Yeah, they're like that, yeah. Very sexual.
Oh yeah, it's
What,
all
bats?
Twilight, isn't it?
No, bats.
That's where vampires come
You
from,
fancy
isn't it?
bats?
No, I don't. I've never fancied a bat.
So, yeah, the lady flew into a range saying she had requested a late checkout, untrue, and that we were so unprofessional for forcing them out of their room.
How their blood stained
Yeah.
the shining room.
The shite.
Yeah.
The room
Open
where
the
you
door and-
murdered someone. Okay, yeah.
15 minutes later, she came downstairs. We asked for payment. She didn't even look at anyone. She couldn't look at anyone in the eye.
look.
Everyone had seen all the pig blood. Yeah, apparently. Instead, she threw the money on the table, stomped out the house with her foreign lover in tow, slamming the door, and threw the keys through the letterbox.
That is a weird thing to do, because if you've just walked past, you'd throw the keys down then. You wouldn't close the door behind you and then get the keys and then shove them through the letterbox.
But you storm out,
That's a bit of a
you
crazy
forget
thing to
that
do.
you still have the keys,
Right.
and you have to come back.
Can't
So you just
storm
like
back in.
aggressively
I see what you're
flushed
saying.
it through the letterbox.
Yeah, okay.
But you could just throw it in a ditch if you were really that.
Yeah,
if you were
if
really
you
that
really
angry
stuck
about
up,
it,
yeah.
you'd be like,
She
right,
knew-
you try and get back into
She
that
knew
room.
deep down that she was the one who
She
caused
was
the
the one in the
problem.
wrong.
They always do. That's why they fight back.
Is that it?
Oh,
Is
no.
that all that happened?
3 days later, we get a notification from TripAdvisor that we have a new review, which was
Left by
one
some
star.
vampires. 1 star.
1 star review.
The sex was too bloody.
Yeah, 2. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
That is vile. That is
a
horrible.
1 star review. Yeah, I mean, when you leave a room in such a state, I don't think it's valid to be writing reviews at all. I don't think you can comment, even if you really enjoyed it. I just think you need to avoid, never go back, never speak to them
Yeah,
again.
exactly.
In the TripAdvisor review,
Yeah.
did they say what they were? Did
Yeah,
they
that's
leave
what I
out
want-
why they were
yeah.
there? Just go, oh, went to this place and they asked us to leave at checkout, and there was a dispute about the fact that we thought we had a late checkout.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's your main issue,
But,
can't
you know, and it really sport our sex marathon weekend.
Yeah.
Very special occasion.
Well, you spoil our sheets.
yeah, exactly. Filthy bastards.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I've been thinking, and I think we imposed the blood on the pig slaughter.
And the sex party, the sex
Yeah.
marathon.
Yeah, so yes, so I think that it's actually sort of leftover food left on the bed, and it's like a carnivorous picnic.
So it's a picnic. So they had a food picnic.
So it's
It's
not.
a slaughter though. You slaughter. You can imagine it's blood coming.
We did
from
imagine
the,
that,
Yeah, like The Shining sort of shit. You know, nasty stuff.
So less blood, more meat.
More it's meats.
Yeah, more
Wafer
meat.
thin meats
Yeah.
on the ceiling fan.
And some chops and things.
Yeah, chops hanging off the curtains.
Yeah.
So it's a butcher shop in there.
Yeah, mince in your pockets.
Pork pies.
Because you could get that from a 7-Eleven. You just, get a whole pig. Get a whole pig.
Yeah.
Hang it up in the room.
A hot roast, put it on the bed. Have a
Spit
good night.
roast it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pow.
There you go. It all makes sense.
It's fine, it's not blood.
Okay, so we're going to do a short little segment that we've called Trip Offender.
Bling, 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 bling.
So here's a little section where we read quotes from customers which have been sent in or we've experienced ourselves, not too dissimilar to TripAdvisor. So have you got any?
Yeah, I can read one out.
Go for it.
Okay. This is a personal experience rather than what somebody sent in. So I had a gentleman once who called me over. He was sitting by himself and he said, excuse me, this table is too small and I have spilt my dinner. Was what he said to me.
How small was the table?
It was a normal one-person size table.
But the plate was huge.
Well, I don't know if the plate was too big. He wasn't too
Just put it on
big.
the
I
edge.
didn't really understand what the issue was. He wasn't. We didn't like plonk him on the end of like a table, and there was barely any space. He did have a table, a two-people table for one.
Wow.
So
no excuse.
But he,
When you spill something, it's normally liquid, I find, rather than a meal.
I
Meal's
think-
difficult to spill.
I think
Are we
he
making
had
the
like
same mistake
pie
as
and
earlier
mash
with
or
the
something.
pig's blood?
I don't really remember exactly what he had, but he told me that he'd spilt his dinner.
But due
But
to
I-
the table, is the table
It was the
full?
table's fault.
too small.
The table was too small, and yeah, I don't really know. I think I remember sort of mildly giggling. I was trying to sort of be professional about it, but I mean, what on earth do you want me to do? I can't help.
I've got a little one from a TripAdvisor from actually where I work, which is called... Nah, I'm not going to do that. But right, here we go. So, requested to be seated in the main restaurant, and even though there were plenty of tables available, we were seated in the bar. Of course, us being Asian probably had nothing to do with it.
Probably. It probably had nothing
This
to do with it.
review was removed by TripAdvisor as the wrong place, but I assume it's the correct place. Okay, so a little bit of broken English at the end there. But there's actually a response.
Oh, really? Okay.
There's a response. Dear guest, your original review was removed because it was offensive.
Wow.
Wow.
So I think the owner got offended by being accused of the staff
Being offensive.
being racist. Just straight up.
That's
But that's what I always
Racism
think
squared,
that.
isn't it?
Yeah, I always think that though. People come in, it's like, oh look, Asian people. Let's sit them in the bar. Stereotypically, I don't know what that is. I don't know what
the
that
relevance.
racism is. Like where's the stereotyping there? I don't.
Is it segregation? Is that what it is?
Segregation. Yeah. Well, in all fairness, the restaurant was full of whites, so.
I'm not going to continue joking. on
Okay.
that. No.
you stay.
Have
in the
you
safe
have you
area.
got one, Steve?
I've got one. It's quite a bizarre one. This is someone sent this in. And this is the quote. Had I not been told when I arrived that I needed to order at the bar, I would have been waiting at the table for ages. Now break that down. Had I not been told when I arrived that I needed to order at the bar, so they were told.
They were told they needed to order at the bar.
But had that not happened, I would have been at the
Oh
table
my
for
God.
ages.
Oh.
So
They
they
would
need
have-
to do. Oh no, they've done it already.
Yeah. I mean, not really a reason to complain, is
How
it?
many stars? How many? Oh, this
Oh.
is from TripAdvisor or.
12 stars. I don't know. There's no.
No, so yeah, it's quite an interesting thing, isn't it? You can't really complain about something.
What do you complain?
it sounds
They
like
did exactly what they needed to do.
But if they didn't, oh,
Yeah.
I swear to God,
Burn the place down.
it's like saying my dinner was really nice, but if it wasn't,
Oh,
then I would have had a massive issue.
would have been a
if
problem.
it made me shit myself,
Yeah.
I'd complain.
Then no, that doesn't. I mean, that's funny.
That's
What a
bizarre,
funny
isn't it?
thing to mention. Yeah.
Okay. So that's a little segment called Trip Offender.
Trip offender.
Blink, blink, blink,
Blink, blink, blink, blink, blink. Trip offender. Trip offender. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Okay.
I like it.
Okay, so we've got about enough time to do a few thank yous. Thanks to Chris Shilton, who sent in
Thank you, Chris.
his anecdote. Very good. Thanks to everyone else for sending in their anecdotes as well.
We don't know Chris, do we?
Oh no, we definitely don't know Chris.
him. Okay, cool.
No, we
Just
don't.
thought I'd bring that back up.
Yeah, don't know him.
Okay.
And thanks for listening as well.
Thanks for
If
listening.
you are. Well, I assume you are.
We hope you enjoyed it.
Sarcastic.
No. We do.
I
Really hope you enjoyed it and had such a good
The
time.
best part of your day.
Your shit day.
So yeah, send us your anecdotes. You can email them to info@wobblylobster.co.uk. You can keep it anonymous if you wish, but yeah,
Yeah,
send
we
them
don't
in.
want you to lose your jobs. That's not part
You
of the
don't
plan.
want your jobs anyway.
Do you a favour.
And like us on Facebook, Wobbly Lobster Comedy, and there's our Instagram page.
Oh my
as
god,
well.
there's so much internet you can like us on. So give that a go.
Yeah, check out the website www.wobblylobster.co.uk.
It's all just Wobbly Lobster.
We got a new episode of my Super Still Damp coming out a week on Friday. That's the 29th of June.
You.
This Friday, on the 22nd of June, we've got the first episode of another podcast we're doing.
What?
Yeah, I know, right?
Mate, we are podcasting all over the place.
Yeah, and that's called Hypotheticast.
Oh, I get it.
So that's out on Friday. Then the following Friday, we've got a new soup coming out.
New soup.
And then every Friday there'll be new stuff.
Yeah. So
Friday's podcast day.
like
Yeah.
and subscribe, and you don't have to find it. It will come to you. That's how the
Literally.
internet works now.
Notifications with the words that we say about
Ones and zeros.
yeah.
Guess on the ones and zeros.
So hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
We'll be back
Yay.
next Friday.
Well done, everyone that works in hospitality.